If you've been waiting for the day that imposter syndrome disappears, I want to save you some time. It doesn't. It evolves. You don't outgrow it. You don't outrun it. You don't outtrain it. Imposter syndrome is here to stay with you for as long as you are in business. Because the version of you who feels like an imposter today feels that way because you are operating bigger than you're used to right now. And that doesn't mean that you don't belong. That doesn't mean that you are not valid in what you're doing, that your work isn't proven. It means that you are becoming the person who leaves their next level. And this is what today's episode is about. How imposter syndrome is not a mindset flaw. You can't get rid of it. It's actually a leadership cue. It's actually good. You can leverage it. And the goal isn't to eliminate it. It's to learn how to use it as data and not view it as danger. Okay, so imposter syndrome is not a symptom of unpreparedness. It is a signal of expansion. So every new level of growth in your business, and this is why it's going to stay with you forever, more revenue, bigger stages, higher priced offers, bigger audiences, bigger team responsibility. Every single one of those inflection points will surface doubt. Why? Because identity always lags behind results unless you train it otherwise. So this is not like new information. You probably know that your nervous system is wired to recognize familiarity as safety. So the second you enter a new level you've never occupied, whether it's opening your business, starting your business, making your first 5K, making your first 20K, suddenly selling your cohort out overnight, or the podcast that all of a sudden starts hitting 10,000 downloads, you will feel disoriented. And if you don't know that that is part of the process, you're going to misinterpret it as a problem. So then you're going to try to fix it. You're going to try to fix something that's not broken. You're going to pause and pull back when you should be doubling down and moving forward. And then you're going to shrink that down to that level that feels safe and certain instead of calibrating to a level that demands more from you. So I'm going to share something that a lot of people don't talk about. Actually, they do talk about it and they talk about outgrowing it. But that like tight feeling in your chest before you hit publish on your post, that kind of like, who am I to say this moment before you pitch your offer at the highest price point you've ever named, that reflex to like go back and double check the sales page for the 100th time because you're afraid someone might call you out and you keep like retyping the same sentence, trying to make it like a little less so that no one will be able to say anything bad. That's not failure. That's expansion. And honestly, you don't want that feeling to go away because if that feeling goes away, you've gotten comfortable and you're not going to reach your next level. Now, if you're not trying to get to another level, yeah, get comfortable. But I don't know anyone in business right now who isn't reaching for more. So the more aligned you become with the work that you're meant to lead, the more internal resistance is going to show up because you are shedding every outdated part of you that is used to staying at that level. So imposter syndrome is going to show up every single time your external results outpace your internal comfort. It's going to show up every time you do something externally that you're not comfortable with inside. So raising your prices, posting that piece of content, starting that podcast. And the most successful people that you are watching, that you are saving all their content, know that you don't eliminate it. You learn how to use it to lead. It is always there with you. It is always your shadow. And I've seen this over and over. The clients who wait to feel like an expert, the ones who wait for imposter syndrome to go away because they think imposter syndrome is their cue to stop, I shouldn't be doing this, before they raise their rates, before they start talking to a different client, before they feel qualified enough to launch a group program. They get stuck in underpricing for years. They spin in endless beta testing. They never create content that converts. And it's not because they lack integrity or talent. It's because they believe that authority is a feeling, that they have to earn that feeling before they move forward. And it's not. Authority is a decision, a calibration. It's a posture you step into before your nervous system is fully on board. And the only way to normalize that sensation of expansion is by practicing it under pressure, repeatedly, calmly, consistently, at every single level. Now, that's not to say that as we're working through these different levels, we don't make you feel safe. We actually build infrastructure into your system that assumes some days you're not going to feel safe. You're not going to feel confident. But that's what reaching your next level goal requires. It's not about showing up once everything is clear and easy, once everything is perfect. It's about building an entire business to scale, to move people, even while your internal voice is still catching up. And we do that 3 ways: reframe, retrain, repeat. So we reframe the discomfort as proof that you're operating at the edge. You're evolving, not failing. You retrain your nervous system by taking action at the edge of that discomfort, not inside these safety loops that are going to keep you stuck. And we repeat until neutrality kicks in. And that's when it becomes your new baseline. That's how you grow. Not necessarily in quantum leaps, but in tolerance. So you don't need to silence that inner critic, that imposter syndrome voice. You need to out data it. Because the only thing that shuts down imposter syndrome fast is evidence. Not journaling, not mantras, not manifestation, execution. And reminding yourself of the proof. So I'll be honest, there are still moments in my business that I still feel myself hesitate, where I still think, wait, should I be saying this? Will people understand what I'm teaching at this level? Am I being too sharp? Is this too different? Maybe it's not trendy enough. Maybe it's not flashy enough, because we all know that I focus on foundations. I focus on foundations. I focus on sales psychology. I focus on data. That's boring. It's not fun and flashy. But after 20 years and 5 successful brick and mortar businesses, I know what runs a business. I know what you need, and it's the foundation. But I don't let those moments run the show. The reason I've been successful so fast is because I took messy, uncomfortable action. I keep moving. I don't base my decisions on those feelings of insecurity, of worry, of hesitation, because every level comes with those same feelings. The difference now is that I don't assign meaning to it other than, okay, I know that something else is coming because I'm having all of these feelings again. So I know I'm operating from a place I should be to continue expanding. So if you find yourself in the loop of, I just need to feel X before Y, I just need to feel more confident before I raise my rates, I just need to have more followers before I launch my offer, I just need to have more clients before I celebrate the results I'm getting, that feeling will never come. And if it does come, it's going to be fleeting. It's not going to stay. Your job is not to wait for readiness. Your job is to create that feeling of readiness over time.